Gold and Blue Dude here with you again. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because I make college football videos every single day. And it's time to wrap most of the day up. There's still some games going on, so I'll do a video in the morning when all the games are said and done. Which, by the way, why is Kansas playing a 10 o'clock game at home on a Saturday? I don't know. So, and I actually did a spread bet on that game, so I'll actually be interested. And I gave my pick on an earlier video. So you know what? I'm going to pick this up. Let's get a little bit personal. So today has been rather interesting. There's been some blowouts, some ugly games, and some upsets that I did not see coming. So the first thing that pops out to me is the Big 12 did not have a good showing earlier in the day. West Virginia did beat Eastern Kentucky 59-10. Great stats for Jarrett Daggy, proving that Neil Brown knew what he was talking about when naming him the starter. 19 for 25, 228 yards, 3 touchdowns. Letty Brown, 10 carries, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Imagine that, West Virginia getting over 100 yards rushing in a game. Amazing. We'll see how they do in the Big 12, though. So on from that, Kansas State gets upset by Arkansas State, and I missed that. Not only did I pick Kansas State, but I laid the points, so that was a big fat eh. And Kansas State, man. Skylar Thompson, he actually didn't do that bad. He was 17 for 29, 259 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Just for some reason, Arkansas State had an answer for everything. So the final score of that was 31-25. 35-31. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yes, it happens. I read it wrong. 35-31, Arkansas State with the upset. And another upset. The big one. Louisiana Lafayette over Iowa State. I knew, and if you watched my videos earlier, you knew that I thought that Louisiana Lafayette was going to be good in the Sun Belt. I didn't think they were going to be this good, though. Number 23, Iowa State, was my dark horse to win the Big 12. Well, right out of the gate, yeah, not so much. Brock Purdy, 16 for 35, 145 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. And the big story for Louisiana Lafayette was big plays, guys. Big stinking plays. They had a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, an 83-yard punt return for a touchdown, and a 78-yard pass for a touchdown. Final score, Louisiana Lafayette 31, Iowa State 14. That's right. The dark horse to win the Big 12 only scores 14 against the Sun Belt. Yeah, I don't think that's going to pan out very well. So next up is a game, and actually I won the spread on that, by the way, because I thought it was being a really close game with a possible upset, but not a blowout upset. Next game, Charlotte versus App State. This has turned into a rivalry, and I won that game because I laid the points. It was App State by 17. They won by 15, 35-20. App State had 512 yards of offense. That's really good. I just thought it would be a closer game than 17 points because they're rivals. This is a budding rivalry. The 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, that sealed the game. It was actually really close before then. I don't think that it was ever in doubt, but it was a good competitive game. On from that game, Austin Peay Pitt. Don't really care, but I'm going to mention it for Pitt fans out there. They blow Austin Peay out 55-0. Oklahoma, Missouri State, another blowout, 45-0. Spencer Rattler was 14 of 17, 290 yards and 4 touchdowns. So yeah, he is the real deal. And then we move on to North Carolina and Syracuse. I actually missed this game. They had a 23-point spread. I laid the points, and of course North Carolina won by 25. They won 31-6, but at halftime it was 7-3. And it wasn't Sam Howell, although he did do well. 25 for 34, 295 yards and a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. It was the Javonte Williams show. He had 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and that really blew the lid off and blew my bet up. Thanks. But North Carolina wins that game 31-6. And then Duke, Notre Dame. This was actually a good game. Number 10, Notre Dame wins it 27-13, and I win the bet because I laid the 20 and they only won, well, less than 20. I'm not doing the math right now. Notre Dame had 441 yards of offense, not bad. Duke had 334 offensive yards, also not bad. Chase Bryce, good outing, 20 for 37, 295 yards. Ian Buck, not bad, 19 for 31, 263 yards, 1 touchdown, but 1 interception. Kyrene Williams, he did well, and Notre Dame needed him to do well. He rushed for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, then we come to the ugly, ugly Georgia Tech-Florida State game. I thought Florida State was going to win, but I definitely did not lay the points because I thought it was going to be a close game. I actually didn't bet on this, but I knew they both stunk, but I didn't know Florida State stunk this bad because Georgia Tech's bad too. Georgia Tech wins an ugly, terrible game, 16-13. There were 3 interceptions, 3 field goals, and 3 touchdowns in the ugliest game of the week so far. So there's still some games in progress. Tulane, South Alabama, Coastal Carolina, and Kansas hasn't even happened yet. I also won the Louisville. I think I'm going to win the Louisville-Kentucky matchup because I laid the 11.5, and they're pretty much blowing them out. So we'll see. Going by the scores right now, it looks like I'm going to go either 6-4 or 7-3. Depending on how the Kansas toss-up game goes, I don't know. That's why I'm interested. But like I said, last year I went 60%. I started the day off a little rough with the Syracuse loss and the Kansas State loss, but I'm starting to rebound, and it looks like I'm going to end up well above 500, but we'll wait and see. Man, college football is back, and I'm excited. And Florida State sucks worse than I thought. So does Kansas State. So does Iowa State. There you go. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next video.